Water is life. But for nearly 1 billion people around the world, clean, safe drinking water is not a given. It's a daily struggle. In many dry regions, the land is parched, rivers are seasonal, and wells run deep. Yet, even in the driest deserts, the air holds water. You feel it as humidity. You see it in the morning dew and in the fog that clings to mountains. What if we could learn from nature and catch that water directly from the air? What if every community, no matter how remote, could have a device that pulls drinking water from nothing but the breeze? Welcome to Boson Buzz. I'm Monty Molecule, and today we're looking at a technology that turns air into opportunity. We're exploring the ingenious harvesters of humidity, the cloud catchers. Our story begins in a remote mountainous village. The nearest river is miles away and dry for half the year. The women and children of the village spend hours each day walking to a distant, often contaminated well. It's backbreaking work that takes time from education, farming, and family. The problem is stark: no reliable local water. The old solutions are limited. Digging deeper wells is expensive and often hits dry rock. Trucking in water is costly and unreliable. Building big pipelines over mountains is an engineering nightmare. These communities need a source that's local, sustainable, and literally all around them: the water in the air. The cloud catcher's design takes inspiration from a tiny, ingenious creature, the Namib desert beetle. This beetle lives in one of the driest places on Earth. To survive, it climbs dunes in the early morning when fog rolls in. It tips its body into the wind. The bumps on its shell collect tiny fog droplets, which then run down channels directly into its mouth. It drinks from the fog. Human cloud catchers use a similar principle, but on a much larger scale. The simplest and oldest form is a fog net. Imagine a giant volleyball net made of a special mesh, erected on a ridge where fog regularly flows. As the fog passes through, countless tiny water droplets get caught on the mesh fibers. They stick, merge into larger drops, and then gravity takes over. The water trickles down the mesh into a gutter, which feeds into a storage tank. It's passive, elegant, and powered entirely by wind and weather. But what about places without regular fog? This is where the active cloud catcher comes in. Think of it as a dehumidifier, but supersized and super efficient. It looks like a large, sleek box with vents. A powerful, quiet fan pulls in large volumes of air from the atmosphere. This air is then cooled dramatically. Just like a cold glass of lemonade sweats on a hot day, when warm, humid air is cooled, the water vapor inside it condenses into liquid droplets. Inside the machine, the cooled air passes over a cold surface, like a series of chilled metal plates or coils. The water condenses on these plates, just like dew on morning grass. It's then collected, filtered, and mineralized, adding back healthy minerals like calcium and magnesium that pure distilled water lacks. What comes out is clean, cool, ready-to-drink water, pulled literally from thin air. The magic is in the materials. New, highly porous materials called MOFs, metal organic frameworks, are like microscopic sponges with an enormous surface area. A handful of MOF crystals has an internal surface area the size of a football field. At night, when the air is cooler and more humid, these materials passively absorb water vapor from the air. Then, during the day, a small amount of heat from the sun releases the trapped water as vapor, which is then condensed into liquid. This method uses very little energy, just sunlight. Let's see cloud catchers in action. On a foggy mountainside in Chile, an array of massive mesh nets stands like silent sails. By midday, without a single moving part, thousands of liters of water have flowed into the village tank below, providing a day's supply for everyone. In a sun-baked community, a solar-powered active harvester hums quietly. Its solar panels power the fan and cooling system. From air that feels dry, it produces a steady stream of water, filling jerry cans for families. The scale can be small and personal too. Imagine a backpack-sized cloud catcher for hikers and campers. Instead of carrying all your water for a multi-day desert trek, you could carry a lightweight device that refills your bottle each night from the desert air. It changes the rules of exploration and survival. The impact of this technology is profound. For remote villages, it means water independence. It frees up hours every day, especially for women and girls, allowing them to go to school or start businesses. It provides a buffer against drought. For island nations with limited freshwater lenses, it's a way to supplement their supply without relying on energy-intensive desalination plants. In agriculture, cloud catchers could support small-scale greenhouse farming in arid regions, providing a reliable drip irrigation source for high-value crops. In cities, they could be integrated into buildings to harvest water for non-drinking uses like toilet flushing and gardening, reducing strain on municipal supplies. The future envisioned by cloud catchers is one of water resilience. It decentralizes water security. Every community, every building could have its own microsource, less vulnerable to large-scale infrastructure failures or pollution events. In a world facing increasing water stress, it offers a new, abundant source, the global sky. This isn't about replacing rivers or rain. It's about adding a new tool to our toolkit, one that works where others fail. It's a testament to human ingenuity, looking at an empty sky and seeing a reservoir. It turns a basic survival challenge into an engineering opportunity, using the principles of condensation and clever material science to unlock a resource that has always been there, just out of reach. So, the next time you see fog clinging to a hillside or feel the humidity on a warm day, remember, that's not just weather. That's a potential source of life, waiting to be gathered. The cloud catcher shows us that sometimes the solutions to our biggest challenges are floating right in front of us. We just need the right net, the right inspiration to pull them down to earth. If you believe in quenching thirst with ingenuity, please like and subscribe to Boson Buzz. Until next time, have a safe and curious week.